Hey, this is WHO Radio Live, guys. I'm Dan Adams.
And I'm Brian Gongol.
And this is our post-show wrap-up party today.
I love how you call it a party when there's not a party yet.
We should have chips and salsa. Anyway, it's July 9th, 2011, and we just wrapped our show on WHO Radio, and now we're doing our post-game show here for you. We're going to cover some stuff that we didn't get a chance to do on the radio today. First and foremost...
Well, not really foremost, but first, LulzSec has disbanded.
I don't even know what that is.
Well, it's a group of hackers who were trying to get out there and cause lots of disturbance and disruption in the internet.
Okay, so a group of hackers, you know, and you would think if there's a more closely knit group of people in the world, I don't know what they would be, but hackers you would think would stick together no matter what. Yeah. But no, these guys have disbanded.
Well, no, they say that they've caused all the mayhem and the disaster that they were going to, and so after spending 50 days going around, and they're the people who are behind, say, the list of names and passwords and things that were hacked from Sony. Those groups, that was LulzSec. They claim that they were out there to prove that everybody who has their stuff on the internet is basically not secure. They feel like they've proven their point, so now they say they're done. So they have disbanded. We'll see whether they come back or whether they're just replaced by something else.
Let me give you the modern-day translation of what's really going on here. They have disbanded and broken up because they don't want to go to jail.
Well, that's another reason you might see that.
They're afraid the cops are on their tail, and that's why they're splitting and going their separate ways. So.
It's not the most unreasonable cause for disbanding. The band that's not getting back together again. Galaxy Zoo, however, is a group of people who are getting together for good purposes to explore the universe. The site has been around now for a while, and we'll show you what Galaxy Zoo actually does. They are a site that kind of collects information, and what they're trying to do is coordinate all the little efforts that we have out on the internet and out in space to collect information about the universe in these photographs. And what they do is they have you classify galaxies. So you take a look at these pictures of the galaxies and you identify, is that a smooth-looking galaxy? Is it does it have features? Does it have a disk or what type? Or is it something else altogether? And by having all this information out there for the public to respond to, people fill out these answers. They click on one of them or another to classify the galaxies. That's because there are hundreds of thousands of galaxies we haven't yet seen or looked through on the internet.
Can we stake our claim to these? Can we?
You can't claim a galaxy.
Can't claim a galaxy yet, or a planet, or an asteroid, or something.
No.
Well, who says?
Well, you can pay people to do that for you, but it's not going to do a lot of good. Nobody's going to pay attention to your made-up names. Sorry. Anyway, so this site has been around for a while. There was actually just a scientific paper published about Galaxy Zoo in Science magazine, the publication of the American Academy of the Sciences, and that's because they have now categorized, I believe it was 250,000 galaxies, that previously it was thought nobody would be able to figure out all of them in time because some human being has to look at each of these and say, okay, is that a smooth galaxy? Is that a disk or whatever? We've got to look at them one by one. So by having people do it, computers can't do this stuff yet. People had to do it, but they never thought they'd get it done in time. But this massive multi-person effort online has gotten done way ahead of schedule.
Here's something for you to think about. Right now, there are people, there are beings on other planets classifying our galaxy.
That's a good point. They probably think we're a zoo as well.
Yes.
Well done by those people, though. If we can't go to space anymore with the space shuttle, we might as well take pictures of it and figure out what's there. Al-Qaeda, for goodness sakes, please give it up. A news story came out this week suggesting that Al-Qaeda might now be looking into a new way to terrorize air passengers. This time they're planning...
Raising baggage fees more?
Raising baggage fees? No. Their plan, perhaps, this is, again, conspiratorial stuff, but it may be their plan, is to surgically implant bombs in people's abdomens.
I read this, yeah.
Got an abdomen there. You can put one in, Dan?
I could put a big bomb in here, I'll tell you.
Anyway, the thing about this is, seriously, Al-Qaeda, give it up. Really? They are so obsessed with aviation and with attacking aviation. I can't figure it out. I don't know why there's that singular obsession.
It'll impact the most number of people. That's the way terrorists work. They don't go after the individual. They go after the group. The bigger the group, they can impact the better.
Well, yeah, but there are much more damaging things they could do online. I mean, LulzSec was doing more damage to more people.
Let's not give them any ideas here.
Well, it's not like they couldn't already see the writing on the wall. I just, seriously.
Well, they don't like us because, one of the reasons is our modern technology, and yet they use our modern technology.
Funny how that works. Anyway, flying car, though, speaking of air travel, arrives next year.
Yeah, I've been hearing this forever.
Well, supposedly
I've been hearing this since I was a kid.
Well, I'm just saying, supposedly it enters production next year.
Yeah.
There's
I want to see the YouTube videos of the test of the flying car, because so far everything I've seen shows the car rises up and does really good, and then all of a sudden it just kind of goes and crashes.
You're not convinced of this, Dan?
I'm probably not going to be buying one, no.
Well, a prototype of this supposedly is ready to roll. Again, this is actually from FoxNews.com. They said that the Department of Transportation is now going to allow this flying car to go into production next year, and they've given it a temporary roadworthiness certificate, I guess.
This isn't like the hover kind of thing. This is like an airplane.
Well, it's a car here, but it has foldable wings.
Yeah, that's not what I was thinking of.
Oh, okay. Well, this one is one that
I've
supposed
seen the one
to trying
with
out.
I've seen the one with like 4 giant fans that can turn, so
Yeah.
they blow and the thing rises up, and then they supposedly these turbines turn and the thing takes off and goes forward. That's the one that I'm waiting for.
Okay, the hovercraft style one.
Yeah, that's just an airplane that can drive down the road. That's not a big deal.
Well, that's what they're supposedly going to start producing starting next year.
All right.
Anyway, that's the claim. We'll see if it acts. iPhone rumors. Go for it, Dan.
Well, the new iPhone and iPad are expected out. They're saying could be August, could be September, could be the first of the year. But there's all kinds of rumors flying around now about what to expect. A new high-def iPad with a screen resolution that's just unbelievable. 2048 by 1536 pixels. That's as good as you get in any high-def computer screen these days. So the new iPhone 5 operating system is supposed to be on the new iPhone. Some more rumors flying around about the new iPhone. No more home button. That's a little button on the bottom that you push. Takes you back to home. Better hardware.
Wait. You get rid of that. What are you going to do? It's
It'll
going to have no buttons at all?
Supposedly.
Well, how do you go home?
I don't know.
Click your heels 3 times?
Pretty much, yeah.
Apple.
The Dorothy.
Apple, come on.
It would be the Dorothy technique.
So stupid.
Better hardware, faster, all that kind of stuff. An 8-megapixel camera, which would be kind of cool. My Droid X has a 7-megapixel camera right now, which works really nice for taking up-close videos and pictures. And here's another cool thing, an edge-to-edge screen.
Oh, okay.
That would be nice. Here's my big hope for the next iPhone is the screen will be larger. It'll be more along the lines of the Droid X size. That would be nice. And, they're saying it could be released in August, September timeframe, or maybe sometime after the first of the year. My big hopes are that it'll be a larger screen, that it'll be available on Verizon, and I may actually go get one if that does happen. However, something that you and I talked about, Brian, earlier today, one thing that I use a lot on my phone is turn-by-turn directions, and that's free on the Android phone, with Android phones, not so much with the Apple phone. So there's some little things there that may still keep me off of the iPhone.
Well, I don't want to see you drinking all the Kool-Aid quite yet. And you've been pretty good at that over the years.
Thank you.
Those are the iPhone rumors. Microsoft in love with Baidu. You like my little thing here where I illustrated the love, the heart?
Oh, that's cute,
like
Brian.
the texting
That's
heart.
so cute.
What's the story, Dan?
Microsoft has jumped into bed now with China's largest search engine called Baidu. Again, they're just trying to battle Google. Again, this is Microsoft behind the 8 ball, and is it going to help them? We'll see. But Google is so dominant, and Google basically left China saying, we're not going to deal with you, we're done.
It was kind of we're going home and taking our toys with us.
And hoping that, Google comes, or that China comes back and says, please come back to China, but we'll see what happens.
You'll note that Baidu looks a great deal, actually, like Google when you just look at the screen.
Yeah,
so Baidu.com, Baidu.com. If you're using Google Chrome as your browser, you can actually automatically translate it so that it offers you what it actually says. Not perfectly well translated. News website posted it. I'm not sure what that's supposed to mean exactly, but it was translated from Chinese, and I can't read Chinese, so that's good enough for me. No MP3 photo video map. In other words, it looks a whole lot like Google does.
It does. It looks a lot like Google.
So it is an effort in their case. Actually, this was floated, I believe this was floated on the New York Stock Exchange, an initial public offering for Baidu.com and shares in it. I believe those were offered just earlier this year. So, but here's their announcement of the Microsoft search deal. So they have it on their site as well.
All right.
Anyway, so Microsoft in love with Baidu. We'll see where it goes. at least in a partnership with them. Can't blame them. They want to be in that Chinese market, but you can blame them if they go the wrong route. I don't know the full details of the arrangement, so who knows what it means.
Yeah.
Awesome inventions that were totally by mistake.
This is something I came across when I was doing my show prep yesterday. 15 accidentally awesome inventions. The first one is smart dust. I don't even know what smart dust is, but they're tiny particles that can be directed as sensors.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what they are. That's what it is. The idea with smart dust is, and there's a picture of smart dust actually off the website you got this from. The idea here is that you could, if you had a threat of a bomb, for instance, in a city, speaking of Al-Qaeda like we were earlier, if you had the right smart dust, what you could do is you could send down sensors essentially on these dust particles, and they would, as they land on different things, they would react to it and then send a signal back, a radio signal back to a central transmitting site. You could figure out where the bomb was located by sniffing out the explosives, essentially. That's kind of the idea behind smart dust.
Okay, the microwave oven. A gentleman by the name of Percy Spencer was working on a new kind of radar and kept noticing that the chocolate bar in his pocket kept melting. Turns out he was microwaving himself.
Whoops.
And I think he was in the Navy at the time. I think I read this story where he was actually in the Navy at the time. And then that's how microwave ovens, the concept of microwave ovens came to be.
Exciting.
Yeah, I think that guy's dead now.
Okay.
The Slinky. A guy named Richard James was working on springs in the Philadelphia shipyard when he accidentally knocked one down the stairs.
Whoops.
He came up with the idea for the Slinky. I still have my original Slinky that I had when I was a small child with the box.
Doesn't still work though, does it?
Absolutely.
Every Slinky gets destroyed within about
Not mine.
3
Mine's
weeks.
in perfect
They
condition.
always get
And I will
destroyed.
sell it for $1 million.
All right,
US.
Dr. Evil.
The popsicle was invented in 1905. That was before most people had a freezer or before anyone would do anything. Anyone knew about the Klondike bar. Frank Epperson mixed up soda and left it out on the porch overnight in the cold. The next day, voila, the popsicle.
Okay. I guess we know now where the name came from.
And then next we have saccharin. Back in 1879, Konstantin Thalberg stumbled onto the sweet concoction while experimenting with new uses for coal tar after not washing his hands and got the sweet stuff all over his dinner rolls.
That's just disgusting. I don't know if I want to hear the rest of this 15-item list. I mean, these all come from businesspundit.com is actually where they originally originated, or where this list comes from. What's your favorite one off that list, though?
My favorite one would probably have to be plastic.
Plastic's a mistake?
Plastic was a mistake. In 1907, Leo Hendrik Becklin was trying to invent a new kind of electronic insulation, and said he stumbled upon something that would eventually revolutionize the world and be used to refer to the faces of the cast of the Jersey Shore.
Well, yeah, those are mostly made of plastic.
But plastic was a mistake. So, Post-it notes is probably the most famous accidental invention.
I believe the guy was trying to find a way to mark notes in his hymnal at church.
It was a guy at 3M invented the adhesive, while another guy invented the function. Okay,
there you go.
So, yeah.
Awesome inventions that were total mistakes. Not altogether unlike this show, which is sometimes a complete and total mistake itself. The WHO Radio Wise Guys.
It's always a total mistake.
It is not a total mistake. However, we are here every Saturday at 1 o'clock on News Radio 1040 WHO, and you can tune us in 1 o'clock Central Time on Saturdays, 1040 on your AM dial if you're in Central Iowa. Actually, really anywhere in the state of Iowa. We should be roughly able to pick it up anywhere in the state of Iowa. Elsewise, you can pick us up on WHOradio.com, where our stream is live 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
And join the 12 or so people that listen to us live on the stream.
Well, now that's just cruel.
I don't know how many people listen to us, but we do have a lot of people that do listen to us live on the stream on the internet. So.
And speaking of these streams, we'll have to start posting links about our streams on the stream that we're now able to get through Google Plus. Their attempt at doing the Facebook thing, essentially. We talked about that a great deal today, and we'll have those links all posted at WHOradio.com, where you'll be able to download the segment of the show in which we talked about Google Plus in depth. Listen to it anytime. Radio on demand. I'm Brian Gongol.
I'm Dan Adams.
We're the WHO Radio Wise Guys on News Radio 1040 WHO.